Hey, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about the transits that we have going on in January. I'm also going to discuss a couple really important aspects that we have. And of course, I will talk about where the new and full moon fall in everybody's chart. So stick around. We definitely have a lot to discuss today. There is just a sky filled with luck and love and blessings and balance all month long. So let's get into it. Okay, so Mercury is going to move into Capricorn right off the bat. Okay, on the first of the month, boom, Mercury says, guess what? We're going to think about how to get to the top. It's Capricorn. I'm going to spend a few weeks here and I'm going to say, this is what we're all here to do. It's the beginning of the year. We're going to set intentions around how to get to the top. What is it that we're trying to get to in life? What ladder are we climbing? Is it our career? Is it in our relationships? Is it at home? Like, what goals do we all have when you're setting your New Year's resolution? These are things that may come to mind naturally for you because Mercury does rule your thoughts and your communication. And Capricorn is that natural leader. It's ruled by Saturn. So it's really going to get you to think about how to get to the top in whatever it is that you have in your mind right now. And then on the third, the full moon will be in Cancer. That's going to kind of bring back that side of us, that sensitivity, that nurturer, um, really that motherly instinct. Okay, so yeah, we're thinking about how to get to the top, but we're also thinking about, wow, how do I continue on with this path in love? How do I make sure that everybody comes with me for their highest good? Anything that you need to let go of at the full moon, it's always a really good time to kind of let go of whatever you don't want to bring forward with you. At the year end, of course, it's a good time to let go of things anyway. So everybody might have that mindset already. And then Venus will be moving into Aquarius, not until the 17th. But once that happens, then we have that loving energy into the sign of Aquarius, which is all about like humanitarian, um, different kind of groups and friends, and how to be revolutionary as leaders. So we're going to be bringing love into that right away. The new moon is going to happen the day after that, and it's going to finish out Capricorn on the last day, on the 18th. It's going to be at 28 degrees. Find out where that is in your chart too, because these kinds of things are going to be calling for your intention setting to be around, hey, how is it that we've decided we're going to build this dream life this year? How am I going to set my life up so that I am successful? These are all the themes, especially with the moon this month. And then the sun will be moving into Aquarius on the 19th. And so that's kind of when, along with Venus, we're really thinking about how to be a humanitarian. How do we take the reins? And we've already got Pluto, who has moved successfully into Aquarius, saying, look, the power is with the people now. Okay, so it's really a lot about letting go of that top down leadership that Capricorn suggests is the best way, which sometimes it is, and especially for building your own future, but for the collective, it may not be the best way. And Aquarius is saying, let's be revolutionary. Let's start something fresh and new that makes sense for everyone. Okay, no more diversion. Let's be inclusive. Let's understand that that person is just as wholly human as this person and the next. And let's all come together as a community to build that in love and in trust and in our daily lives. Okay, so, and then Mercury, right after that, will be joining in Aquarius on the 20th. So it's going to say, hey, remember what we were just discussing? Let's think about it and let's make manifest all of this because it's time. It's time for the collective to join together and actually have a goal for the greater good of humanity in general. Mars is going to enter Aquarius as well. And that's going to happen on the 23rd. So now we're really fighting for ourselves. Now we're really driven to do what we need to do to get that goal. And Neptune is going to finally make it into Aries, where it will stay until about 2038, on the 26th. Okay, so then now we have that forward motion. What we've been kind of confused about as it's been living in Pisces, and all of these things that we've just like been waiting to actually come to fruition. We have these ideas and all these um, dreams, really, what we imagine for ourselves. Well, we're going to have that energy to actually make those things happen. So it's really exciting. It's a great month. Stick around till the end as well, because I will share with you some beautiful aspects that we have. A couple great viewing days for planetary alignments in the sky. If you have a telescope, that's fantastic. But the great news is all you need is your eyeballs. So there's a lot of things visible this month. And I mean, it's a month you don't want to miss. So let's go ahead and discuss where those moons are going to fall in your chart. All right. So for our Aries, the full moon will be in your fourth house. What's going on at home? Maybe it's a beautiful time to just be at home. Maybe you are kind of spring cleaning, just to start the year. Are you purging? Are you getting rid of things? Is there something going on between your family members? All of those things are going to come to a head. Okay. So whatever has been building up at home for you is going to come to fruition. Whether that is redecorating your bedroom or a family feud that you've been involved in that may find resolution. It's definitely a good time to let go of anything that's been weighing on you, especially in regards to your home or your family. And just remember that Cancer is very nurturing. So it's asking you to nurture yourself and your loved ones and really be there for your family members right now. And then the new moon will be in Capricorn. That's going to be in your 10th house. So if there's any kind of career choice or change in your career, anything that you've been doing that will get you up to the top as far as your career goes, you're going to really have that supportive energy to be able to set the intentions for what that looks like for you and kind of make that plan. Okay. So you can really use Capricorn's energy to say, look, I'm going to just go within. I'm going to allow the new moon energy to just rain down some positivity. What is my plan going forward for my career? How do I get to the top? What is my public image going to be? So those are definitely some things to keep in mind for you this month. And yeah, just kind of keep within that balance. It's definitely a very balanced month with these moons. In traditional astrology, the sun is more masculine and the moon is more feminine. And when we have the full moon in the feminine sign, that's kind of bringing that power to the feminine, and then the dark of the moon in the new moon to the masculine. So it's like supercharged by the sun, but we can't see it. So it's like asking for some balance. And then we've got all of the changes to these signs moving into their new signs. And I mean, this whole year is really asking for that balance of masculinity and femininity. And I will get into that a little bit more later, but definitely keep that in mind. How can you be more balanced? Okay, Taurus, it's going to be in your third house, that full moon. It's going to happen on the third house on the third. You can remember that. That is in Cancer, right? So also the third house represents communication, kind of short trips, things like that, your siblings. But definitely, if there's anything that you've been needing to communicate, it will likely happen on that day. And if it doesn't, then it'll give you a lot of insight for how to approach that topic or that conversation. So keep that in mind, whether, it doesn't matter who you're communicating to or how you're communicating. It could be that you're writing a book. It could be that you need to even write new resumes for or cover letters to apply for jobs. Whatever it is, that communication is going to come through very nicely. And then 2 weeks later, when we have the new moon in Capricorn, it's going to be in your ninth house. And so, yes, it's the dark of the moon, but you will be energized for big ideas. Okay, so anything that like is your higher mind philosophy, you're really gonna that's gonna resonate with you very much. And you can set intentions around those areas. So what is it that you believe? What belief system are you going to live with? Does this have to do with boundaries? Does it have to do with making choices that really put you ahead of where you used to be? How are you connecting to the highest version of yourself? So, all of these things are going to be highlighted for you. Pay attention to how you feel in your body. There's definitely a lot of pull to have balance. So, if you're noticing yourself getting sick or anything like that, maybe you need to become aware of that, pull back, retreat, whatever it is that you need to be doing to get that balance back. If you're feeling a little bit too active, do something nice for yourself, nurture yourself, go on a walk, whatever it is. Keep yourself in balance and in check, and you're going to be just fine. All right, so Gemini, you've got the full moon in Cancer that's going to be in your second house. Second house rules money, values, self worth. All right, what's going to come up for you? Are you going to finally figure out how to make the money you deserve? Are you going to see opportunities that you may have been overlooking? Are you going to understand your worth? There are definitely areas highlighted in the second house that I think really will be very relevant, especially with a Gemini, because they're all in their head all the time. Sometimes they need to just kind of move back and say, guess what? I'm worth it. So it doesn't matter. I'm going to go and find what matches my worth. And then in 2 weeks, the new moon will be in Capricorn. That's going to be in the eighth house. The eighth house does represent transformation, total transformation, death and rebirth. Okay. It also has to do with other people's money, bank loans, debts, things like that. It also has to do with secrets. What kind of secrets have you been either keeping that you're ready to let go of, or be prepared to hear other people's secrets? Oftentimes, it ends up being that you attract other people telling you their secrets. That's all right. You can be trusted. And that's why that happens. But allow yourself to think of this as the total transformation, probably to your career, being that it's in Capricorn. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of January you're looking in a whole new direction, or you have the plan that you need put together to go exactly where you've been trying to go. This year is going to bring new beginnings. This year, there will be opportunities, so don't miss them. Stay in tune with your body, stay in tune with your mind, and just be ready for all of the blessings that are coming your way. Okay, so for our Cancers, it's going to be in your first house. The full moon will bring you whatever blessings you've been manifesting. Um, it's all about you. So the light is shining on you. You may notice people are gathering around you, want to be around you. You may notice that you are ready to change something about your physical appearance or your identity. So there's definitely a pull to say, like, you know what? I'm tired of this hair. I'm going to cut it. Or I think I'm going to start a diet, or whatever it is that changes your physical appearance. Start working out, whatever. Be ready for anything like that. The full moon brings that out. And then in 2 weeks, when you've got the new moon in your seventh house, that is going to be in Capricorn, but that's all about the other person, your relationships, business partners, your marriage, your spouse, anything that has to do with that one on one relationship. Okay, so whoever, it could be parent and child, it could be whatever your main relationships are, that's where the focus is trying to bring you. So, what kind of plan do you have? I say plan because Capricorn likes to make plans, um, to really become who you are in that relationship. You have to remember your worth and your boundaries, but you have to remember, because we just had the Cancer full moon, how to nurture the other person, right? So you're focused on nurturing yourself, as you always should be. But when the new moon comes around, you might think, okay, well, how can I balance this out so that my relationships feel that too? So those are some things that are going to come up for you this month. Definitely a focus on yourself and your relationships. All right, so for our Leos, the full moon does bring more energy, but it is going to be in Cancer in your 12th house. Both of those indicate you may be ready for some privacy. It may be time for you to say, okay, I'm actually enjoying being alone. This has been a wild holiday season maybe, and you're just ready to kind of go back into yourself and recharge your battery. That's completely fine. You'll have the energy from the full moon to be able to recharge your battery, which is nice because you're sitting there in the 12th house, which is the house of subconscious, privacy, solitude. But it's not going to be anything negative. It will be a very positive recharge for you. um, Definitely focus on nurturing yourself. Cancer is all about nurture. And, even if you decide to say, hey, I don't want to go anywhere, I don't want to do anything, make sure you have what you need to feel that love. Or, go spend time in nature, things like that. Anything that kind of connects you really to yourself and to love and brings you back into kind of that recharge moment. And then in 2 weeks, when we have the new moon that's going to be in Capricorn, that is going to be in your sixth house. So you'll be kind of ready to be back into the work thing, and of course, I'm sure you'll be back in work at that point, but it'll kind of be that momentum forward. You may have that little bit of a lull, a little bit of a difficult time kind of getting back into the groove, but that's really going to say, okay, that's right. Now I've got Capricorn in my work house, so I can be a leader in my work. I can definitely do that, even though it's low energy with the new moon. I can see the goal that I have going forward, and I can put that plan into motion. And, you don't have to expect all of that to move quickly, but it's definitely the forming of the plan that will be moving forward for you. So keep an eye on kind of what goes on with how you feel you're doing at work. If it is something that you need to bring to your daily routine, there's an emphasis on your health as well. So certainly pay attention to that. And remember that the new moon is low energy. And if you have energy, it doesn't last for very long. So it's okay to take a step back and just kind of use that time to just mentally plan what it is that's coming to you. So, yeah, it's a pretty good month for you. Okay, Virgos. So the full moon on the 3rd is going to be in your 11th house of Cancer. That is going to ask for you to connect with your friends. It might just be time to plan something with your friends, or really connect to how you can be there for your friends, because it's all about nurture. So how is it that you can be kind of that leader of your friend group while everybody else has their full moon somewhere else, and that energy is large and in charge? You're sitting here going, yeah, well, mine's kind of like saying I'm the leader of the group right now, so here's how we're going to do things. um, as a Virgo, you're pretty good at detailed adventure planning, anything like that. So I think that you're just the one for the job. And it's also about how to become a humanitarian. Okay. What is it that you are going to bring forward into the season of Aquarius, which is the 11th house? What is going to come up for you? So pay attention to that, because the moon is going to shine a light on that for you on the 3rd of the month, and you're going to go, okay, well, here's what I don't want to bring. You're going to let that go, and you're going to move forward in the way that you want to as that leader. And then in 2 weeks, you will have the new moon in Capricorn in your 5th house. So it's going to say, hey, you know what? How do I want to express myself creatively? It also asks you to have some fun. Okay, bring some fun into your daily routine. Maybe you have children. It's the house of children too, so definitely do something with your kids, or maybe do something childlike so that you can bring that back into your life. Libra, I think you're going to love this. There's a lot of balance for you guys this month. I feel like I talk about that a lot, but you do really enjoy the balance. And this whole month is all about balance. And what's really cool is it's kind of flopped for you. So typically Libra is in the seventh house, but when we're talking about Libra as a rising sign, it's in the first house, which makes everything opposite. So you've got Cancer at the top of your chart in the 10th house, which is where the full moon is going to be. And you have the new moon in Capricorn at the bottom, which is in the fourth house. So you've got that kind of home energy and that public energy, like with your career, your job, and your home. It's a really good balance this month. Okay. I mean, say no more. You're a Libra. You completely understand what I mean. So on the full moon, you're definitely going to have that energy towards like how you may find yourself in a situation at work that requires you to be nurturing, whether that's nurturing others or nurturing yourself. Maybe you don't go to work that day so that you can have a day to yourself. Um, it could also just be saying like, hey, what is it that we want to do going forward? It's going to give you all those great ideas. This is what I want to do. Maybe you'll apply for that job that you've been really looking at for a while. Who knows what it's going to be, but it's going to help you get to the top in that loving way. And then in 2 weeks, when we have the new moon, it's going to be in your home house, the fourth house, home and family. And it's great when a new moon is there because you just want to recharge and you just really want to be home. And I think the new moon really gives you an opportunity because there's such a small amount of energy there that it gives you that opportunity to just relax. And when we can relax our bodies, our minds are more awake and aware of what it is that we want to manifest. Definitely take advantage of that energy and the beautiful balance all month long. All right, Scorpios, it looks like we've got the full moon that's going to be in your ninth house. Okay, so what is your big picture? What is the thing that needs fuel for you to be able to really become, you know, not necessarily become, but step into the person that you're becoming? What is it that you need to focus on? There's definitely that urge for it to be in love, Cancer, um, nurturing, all right, but also Jupiter rules the ninth house. So you want it to be good for everyone. You want that love to expand to all. And this is your chance to decide what your big picture is. Okay, maybe that you even want to go on a long trip. What kind of grand plan do you have going forward? All of those things will come up for you during the full moon on the third. Um, and it's really going to just kind of shine a light in those areas. So what is it maybe that you want to leave behind in regards to your value system, your beliefs, your religion, whatever it may be? And what do you want to practice going forward? And then the new moon 2 weeks later on the 18th is going to be in your third house. So that's going to be really shining a light on that communicative energy. So you can have that mental focus, that sharpness to say, hey, remember what I was talking about? This is how to get it done. This is how to make the plan going forward to how I am going to live in the way I want to live. Where my mind is bringing me is where my focus is. This is my higher mind. This is my big picture. And this is how I can communicate it in truth. So that's a beautiful placement, especially for a Scorpio who is always kind of ready to transform into the next version, which I believe 2026 to be a version for everyone, a new version for everyone. We are collectively and expansively moving forward. We're kicking it off by moving everything into Aquarius by the end of the month. And Pluto's already been there saying, come on guys, it's really fun. We're gonna have a lot more fun than we did for the last 14 years or so. So anyways, this is definitely a chance for you guys to kind of get that focus into how to communicate your truth about your value system. Okay, Sagittarius. So the full moon on the 3rd is going to be in your 8th house. That is transformation, secrets, other people's money, joint accounts, things like that. Uh, I would definitely place focus on what is transforming in your life. What do you want to let go of? And what do you want to start? Play, start, stop, continue. We've all done it probably in a job or two. But literally, what is it that you want to leave behind and what do you want to completely change going forward? The moon is change, okay? The 8th house is transformation. You're going to have all of that energy provided for you. And as a Sagittarius, you bring that fire, that spark, and you're always ready for some kind of grand plan, some adventure. So definitely keep that in mind. What is it that you're trying to let go of? What are you going to add to your life? And then 2 weeks later, when we have the new moon, that's going to be in your house of money. What is whatever you thought about, what is it going to do to bring you more money? Because those answers may come towards the end of the month. So on the 18th, if you kind of notice either a plan forming or actual money coming into your account, there's good reason for that. You're on track. Self-worth is a big one. So definitely use that energy to remember your worth and say, hey, this is what I'm worth. I want everything in my life to reflect what I'm worth. Step into that energy going forward and be ready because that money just might hit the account. And, if it doesn't, then that's all right. You're going to get the ideas to make that happen. Okay, Capricorn. So we've got the full moon that's going to be on the 3rd of the month in Cancer. It's going to be in your 7th house. Definitely focused on relationships here. So, what is it that you either want to bring to your relationships? What do you want to see your relationships turn into? Is there a commitment or a dissolution of a relationship? There could be things that are waving red flags saying, okay, boundaries are breached. Get rid of this one. Maybe let it go. Or maybe move forward and commit to the ones that are reflecting the highest good. There's just a light being shown on your relationship. So one way or another, you're going to get the answers. Okay. And it's definitely a really good time to set boundaries, to stick to them, and not in an aggressive way at all, but through love. Definitely by nurturing yourself and your relationship, even if that is something that needs to end. Sometimes you can end relationships in a loving way by simply talking about how your needs are not being met or you're not going to be able to meet the other person's needs. Maybe this isn't even about a relationship with a significant other. Could be your mother. Cancer is a very motherly sign. There's definitely a um, kind of energy towards all mothers, really, with this full moon. Think about that. And then in 2 weeks, in the new moon, it's going to be in the 1st house for you. So it's all about you at that moment. So you're gonna kind of have that opportunity to think, well, what is it that I need for me? What boundaries did I set, and are they working? Am I upholding them? Or, is there anything that I need to see about myself? Maybe I really need to hear my own boundaries and I need to be the one that is upholding them for myself. Oftentimes I feel we can ask for things, we can say things out loud to other people, but it doesn't really matter when you're not also doing that. So whatever, practice what you preach. You have to reflect what you want reflected back. So it's a good month to kind of say like, all right, what's going out, what's going in? What am I looking at in the mirror? Just bottom line, what's being looked at in the mirror. So that's a really good thing to think about this month. And, blessings come, especially with the positive, loving attitude. All right, Aquarius. The full moon is going to be in your sixth house, your work, your health, your daily routine. You may be busy that day. Let's just say you just may be busy on the third. Are you a service worker? Any sort of, emergency service, anything like that? I mean, it's a full moon, so you're probably always busier on that day. But if you are an Aquarius, it may be even more powerful. It's also going to be asking you how to nurture yourself every day. What kind of health habits, what kind of daily, I don't know, meditation habits, anything that helps you become more nurtured on a daily basis, those ideas are going to come for you. And just be prepared that it could be, like I said, a busy day. And then in 2 weeks, you're going to have the opportunity to rest because that Capricorn new moon is going to be in your 12th house. It's going to say, guess what? It's my time to sit and do nothing. Beautiful, beautiful thing to do on a new moon. Amazing. Let yourself relax completely to a soul level and see what comes up for you. It's Capricorn. It may be asking for you to become a leader in some area of your life. You're not, it's not indicated necessarily. It is indicated that you will get those answers. So I can't tell you if it's going to come for your work or your relationships or your home or whatever. But I can tell you that if you listen and relax deep enough, you will get those answers for yourself. And it is beautiful because that 12th house energy with the new moon is really just a time for you to have the low and slow vibe, and you're going to be able to make the best of it. All right, Pisces, guess what? It's time for you to go have some fun. On the third, the new moon is in your fifth house. It's probably going to involve, I don't know, nature. Cancer really likes nature, water, things like that. I know the weather is a little cold. You may not want to be, water skiing or anything, but you definitely will feel very connected to nature. Um, your children, anything like that. What kind of creative self-expression is coming up for you? What truth are you telling others? Even if it's, hey, this is who I am, take it or leave it. It could be that simple, but that tells so much. And it really says, like, really take it or leave it. I mean, this is what you're going to get. I'm having fun with who I am. I'm living in a child's eyes. I'm living for today. I'm staying present. So those kinds of things could come up. You could definitely kind of feel that charge to just have fun and just keep that going. And then in 2 weeks, when you have the new moon, it's going to be in your 11th house. And that's kind of going to be a little bit more about the community. So you're going to say, all right, well, what's good for them is good for me. What's good for me is good for them. Here's how we collectively go through. And here's how I plan to make that something that continues forward. There's that Capricorn energy is there, but it is the very end of Capricorn. It's the last day of Capricorn. The moon will be at 28 degrees. So it's only got 2 degrees to go until it's completely out of Capricorn. And the sun by then will be out of Capricorn as well into Aquarius. So we're all kind of moving from this. You've got it in your 11th house, which is Aquarius's house. So it's kind of like a stretched out period of time for you. It's saying, hey, use this Capricorn energy to plan what Aquarius is going to be for you. What are the weeks ahead going to look like for you? You're going to have that time to relax and really think that through. Okay, and as promised, I will go over a couple of the aspects that are just beautiful this month, okay? So we have a huge stellium, huge, okay? And a stellium is multiple planets in a house, all right? And that's going to happen on the 23rd. We've got the moon and Neptune and Saturn all conjunct right at the end of Pisces. And those are all sextile the sun. This is the huge stellium. The sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Pluto in Aquarius. That's not all. That will trine Uranus in Taurus. So we've got almost all planets interacting with each other. And Jupiter will be really, really bright all month long. You can see Jupiter in the sky essentially right after sunset, almost all the way until morning. So really, it's going to be rising in the east. You can see it. It's really, really bright. And so we've got that energy going on too. So let's not discount Jupiter just because it's a little bit out of aspect to this big stellium, this sextile, this trine. Sextiles are aspects of opportunity, they're positive in nature. Trines are lucky. Okay, they bring love, they bring ease. And I mean, Jupiter also brings luck and blessings. So just because Jupiter's hanging out of orb doesn't mean anything. He's there hanging out. Um, I mean, the crazy amount of balance that is getting brought to us this month. Just think about the fact that we have Mars and Venus all conjunct the sun at the same time. Mars and Venus are kind of hanging out right around the sun anyways, saying, hey, I'm the masculine, I'm the feminine, and this is the sun. So how do we become balanced, right? How do we keep that forward momentum going through that balance? I mean, it's pretty cool if you ask me. I think that's amazing. It's definitely time for some balance in that area. And then with the moon being conjunct Saturn and Neptune right there at the end of Pisces, it's kind of saying, like, all right, are you guys all ready? We are really, really, really ready to shed what we don't want anymore. It is really, really time to start focusing on what's next. Do not bring anything that you don't want. Leave it all. Okay. Get rid of it. Let it go. Shed it. Shred it. There's also a beautiful alignment of the planets that is just good for viewing, whether you have a telescope or not, doesn't matter. You don't need it. It's going to be anywhere between like the 7th, 8th, ninth, 10th. Probably for most people, the 8th and the ninth. Um, and so if it's good enough weather, you can see Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune. Mars is kind of there in the alignment too, but it's on the other side of the sun, so probably won't be able to see that. But definitely, we've got things literally lining up for us, and I mean, we're going to carry that energy from basically right at the beginning of the month all the way through that huge stellium, those lucky blessing aspects. I mean, we'll dig into that a little bit more. I mean, honestly, on the 23rd, that huge aspect, that trine, that sextile, those in the incredible amount of conjunctions, the stelliums. I mean, that's bringing profound collective timeline shifting energy. Okay, it's definitely it's a threshold moment. It's time to dissolve Neptune, the old reality, and create a new future. Uranus is in that trine. Uranus is like, hi, create a new future. Let's go. Okay, I love that. I'm Uranus. I'm revolutionary. I'm ready for anything. I am the Aquarian energy. I am moving forward and letting all that go because who needs all that? We've done it. We know how it goes. Let's move forward in balance and in love, and let's do it all together. You may have heard a lot of people kind of talking about like 2025 being a gestation period. I definitely think that if that's the case, this is the birth. Okay, this is where we go. All right, that gestation, we were kind of like getting the little tips and things like that when, Neptune was like, hey, guess what, Aries? That's what that's like, but I need to go retrograde for a skinny minute and then I'll see you in the future. And same with Pluto, it took however long to get into Aquarius. And so all of these energies are going forward. You're going to keep seeing that all year long. Everything is changing signs. All the heavy planets are changing signs. They're all moving forward. A lot's going on in the cardinal signs, the Kickstarters. So definitely be ready for a change, for a new birth, a new reality to be coming to fruition. There could be heightened intuition. There could be a huge urge to let go of any emotionally immature feelings, anything that isn't through love and self-awareness. It will go. It's ready to go. So definitely bring awareness forward. There is a little bit of energy that could make you feel like it's a little bit heavy, like you might be grieving, because it's a huge, huge change. And a lot of people don't like change. But what I'm here to tell you is that this change is for the better. We will be having to let go of some things, but none of them are a loss. Everything that we're moving towards is for a better system, better society, better collective energy for everyone. So definitely keep that in mind, even if it feels turbulent or heavy. But I highly doubt it's going to be as heavy as you think because of the beautiful aspects that all these planets are making. So just remember that there's like such a future um, mind, right? So the identity is shifting. We've got the sun and all of those planets in conjunction with the sun saying, like, hey, we're all here for it. We're all here for this massive change. And it's sextile, um, the moon, all of that. And then with also its trine to Uranus, it's revolutionary. There is no other way to put it. This is a huge, huge moment. This is definitely the time for the collective identity to shift forward. And it's the age of Aquarius. And it's not anything we've seen before. This is a complete rebirth. Pluto didn't spend all that time in Capricorn for nothing. Okay? Pluto is the death and rebirth. Pluto transforms what we think and know about the leadership system. That power is now in Aquarius. That power is the people. And this day is a huge day for all of us to go, hey, that's what that feels like. I got you. I got you. There's also, AI and tech, all that. It's all ruled by Uranus too. So we're going to be able to kind of work collectively with AI. All of these things can be used appropriately if we go appropriately. Okay. So let's use them with discernment. Don't become best friends with your robot. Make sure you're still connecting to other people, animals, nature, all of it. The whole thing matters. Keep the balance. Do not lose sight of anything, but move forward in love, peace, joy, and balance. This is like such an incredible year. I hope everybody's ready for that. And just to close out this video, I feel the best sign of the day is balance. So you're just going to take both your hands and balance the scales. That's it. Balance. All right, everybody, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy the beginning of this new year. It is a huge turning point. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and keep an eye out at solarup.com for whatever deals may be happening this month. Thanks, guys.